Hey guys, how are you? Here's another video from Watuluka Media, and I just want to say thank you for subscribing. Please continue supporting this channel. I know I'm not consistent with the videos, but we'll try to be consistent. However, this topic today is very important, and I just thought I'd give my 2 cents about it. This is about an agreement that Rwanda and the UK have done, where they'll be sending illegal immigrants from the UK to go and resettle in, it's not just resettling, it's resettling and processing in Rwanda. Now, a lot of Africans, they're up in arms saying this is an evil thing. Why are we sending people to Rwanda? They got issues with human rights and all that. And everyone, especially black people, up in arms. This is evil. This is evil. Now, here's my point. Here's what I want to say about this. First of all, I'll say I disagree with the people's assessments. Completely disagree with it. Here is the thing. No African is happy to see Africans in those boats trying to cross the Mediterranean. You know, what's the solution to that? The solution is to find a deterrent so that those Africans can stay in Africa and try to fight for a better Africa, right? You know, if you want to travel to go to Europe, that's fine. Go through the airport. You know, they're still gonna want nurses, they're still gonna want doctors, they're still gonna want engineers, they're still going to want all sorts of people to go there, right? So if you're on the list, if you got the money, move there. The problem is we've been brainwashed to follow an illusion that doesn't exist. You know, this is our biggest mistake. Why am I saying this? First of all, what's the problem with having Africans sent from Europe to Africa? What's the problem there? You know, and also they're sending them to a country that's one of the best countries in Africa right now. You know, but everyone is trying to focus on human rights. You know what human rights issues are? Is when you have an European country sponsor a genocide. That's a humanitarian issue. That's a human rights issue. You know, when you have a country or a situation where a president wants to do something better for his people, gets killed, that's a humanitarian issue. But when you have someone, a president who, since he's been in power, the country is moving up in terms of the revenue they're getting from tourism, that's gone up. You know, in terms of poverty reduction, it's been consistent. Poverty is not something that can happen overnight, but every year poverty is being reduced in Rwanda. In terms of healthcare, right now the healthcare system they have, not the facilities and all that, but the system it's even better than in some countries in Europe, even in America. Most Rwandans are covered, you know, and the companies, most of that is paid for by the companies for everyone, even the people who don't have jobs, they are covered for medical attention. Now, how are you going to say there's a humanitarian problem? The problem is we buy so much of what the BBC and CNN say, and we believe that's the truth. There's nothing wrong with this deal. I think it's actually a good deal. Because here's the thing. It's going to deter people from going to Europe because they're going to end up in Africa anyway. So there, I think it's brilliant. And I don't know who's won in France. I think when that far-right woman wins, they're going to have the same thing for even these Francophone, which is just a stupid name, countries that are in Africa. They're going to set up a similar thing. And I think that's headed in the right direction. We need to accept as Africans to say our home is the greatest. You know. And I know we got issues. We got plenty of issues. But it starts with accepting. Because I tell you what. I had a woman who was interviewed by Go Black to Africa. She's in Dubai. And when she got there, the first few months or even years, she struggled. No work, nothing. She was just struggling. Her friends were helping out. But one of her friends kept telling her that one thing you should do in this country is appreciate it. Don't ever curse it. Don't ever say the wrong stuff. Don't ever complain. Don't ever do anything stupid. Appreciate it. Regardless of what you go through, just appreciate it and things will get better for you. And she listened. You know what? Things got better for her. The problem we have in Africa, we don't have the same attitude. We all want to get up. That's the mentality. I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here. That's the wrong mentality. You know, people move to all these places, America, Australia, Europe, and Africans, they'll be doing three jobs, working 20 hours a day, sleeping for 3-4 hours. But when they're in Africa, they don't want to do anything. They're just complaining. So if we can change our mindset, that's when magic starts happening. You know, these people that will be sent to Rwanda, there's programs for them. You know, they're going to be empowered. I think there's some courses that they'll be offering in Rwanda. On top of that, they'll give them money. You know, they'll give them money. I know all refugees get money. Trust me. They get help and they get money. You know, I used to know a friend of mine in Zambia. He was from Lebanon. He was Lebanese. You know, the money that he got, he started, because he already had the skill, he started open up a workshop, working on trucks. It became very popular. Today, he's in Africa, rich. Okay, so these people that are going to be sent to Rwanda, if you are just a hustler, life will be magic for you. There's another group of people, it's Eritreans. There's plenty of them in Zambia. You know, same thing, refugees. You know, I just had a friend here who was telling me her family lives in Zambia. She's from Eritrea. And I said, okay, how are they doing? He said, they're doing amazingly well. You know, they open up the money they receive, they open up a few businesses. And say the little business they have, they're making about $7,000 a month. Now, if you are in Europe, America, Australia, or some places like that, $7,000 a month might not sound like it's a lot. But in Africa, that's a lot. So the amount of money you save at $7,000 a month compared to someone in the Western world earning double that amount, I think in Africa you save more money. You can live off $1,000. You know, that means this man could be saving $6,000 every month. You know, it's the attitude that needs to stop. People are so caught up on Kagame and human rights and all this stuff. Kagame is a disciplinarian. And in Africa, we need leaders like Kagame. He's a disciplinarian, but he loves his people. Remember, this man went to war and fought to end the genocide. We don't give him credit. We are so caught up in everything has to be democratic. Tell me, how many countries that are not white, that are Christian and developed? Because we are so caught up on this democratic. It's actually not the perfect way to live. It's not for everyone. You know, look at Singapore. How many people wouldn't want to live in Singapore? In democracy, in terms of democratic rankings, they fall far behind. But everything else is one of the best in the world. You know, healthcare system, the housing system. It's so the best, the job rate. In Singapore, you go to Singapore, you're not going to find a homeless person. Because if they're homeless, then they need a home. The government provides a home. If they have no food, then they need food. The government provides with food. But when it comes to democratic stuff, they fall way below. So that's an illusion that has been given to us. We just want, everything has to be democratic and all that stuff. Now, Kagame has done so many things in Rwanda for his people that people can't even see it. You know, I just had one guy, I posted something and I had one guy, I think he's in Rwanda, and was complaining about Kagame. Oh, you know, people are starving here and he's going to spend $30 million on buying a plane. And I started laughing. I thought, this guy is crazy. It is crazy. Because they can't see the bigger picture that Kagame has. So you're so short-sighted. So what you would like to do is have the $30 million and give every person in Rwanda maybe, let's say, $10. And then they go and spend it and that's the end of it. You can survive for that day, but you won't survive the next day because that money is gone. But Kagame is not thinking like that. He's thinking, I'm going to invest this $30 million. In 10 years' time, this $30 million investment is going to add $3 billion to my country. That's jobs created. That's food on the table for those people. How is that? How is he going to achieve that? Rwanda has one agenda. You know, it's not rich in terms of our natural resources, but they've realized tourism, they can make money from it. There are countries, most countries in Europe, the major contributor to their GDP is tourism. Kagame has realized that. A lot of things he did, and I keep explaining in this video, he went against what the World Bank and everyone else was telling him, so to bring his people up. And he had, if we can go and tick how many things he's done amazingly well, but he doesn't get credit. Because African hate disciplinarians. They want to live in filthy areas. If someone says we need to live in a clean area, and if you drop stuff, we're going to whip you, then, oh, that's not democracy, man. Nah, we got it wrong. You know, so if your plan is to have, to develop tourism, you need to have your own airline. This is why Dubai and the Middle East, they've done so well. You need to have your own airline. You know, so why is that important? Because people need to be traveling to your area. You need to make, instead of people coming to Rwanda from, like, where they have to go from Rwanda to South Africa to another country to get, I mean, from maybe like Europe to South Africa to another country to get to Rwanda, when people look at that, it's going to put them off. But when you say, no, there's a direct flight, you can leave Heathrow Airport in London and you'll be in straight to Rwanda. People love that. So he knows this. So the agenda is to develop tourism, and he's on the right path. But we're so short-sighted, Africans, we can't appreciate it. He's an amazing president, and I think this deal is good for Africans. Africans need to realize to put Africa first. Instead of always, people are even calling it evil. Oh, white people this, white people that. When did white people ever do something good for us? Because that's an illusion too that we have. We expect white people to do good by us. It's not going to happen. It has never happened. The only thing we've received as African from that is mistreatment, diseases, poverty, things being stolen from us, our natural resources. And one of the things they've taught us is corruption, thievery, and how to abuse women. Because those things never existed in Africa until these people showed up. But we've so brainwashed, we believe they've given us all this good stuff. No, they haven't. And we expect them to give us good things. You know, we want to go to Europe so bad. And when people react, we start complaining about racism. Europe is not our home. Africa is. Let's develop our own home. And the whole world is going to respect us. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe.